We have an update on the major heat between WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling. Plus, is Goldberg becoming a free agent in 2023? We'll talk about that. And an ex-WWE star is open to making a return. It's all in the wrestling news right now. So, over the weekend, we got some rumblings that there was some upset between WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling around the Machine Gun Carl Anderson and his never open championship match scheduled to happen on November the 5th.
And that's because that's when Crown Jewel is taking place as well. And despite debuting in WWE once again, making his return, Anderson is still the never openweight champion in New Japan. There's a very quick, you're up to speed.
Yeah. Now, the Good Brothers put out a video where they went, we weren't booked for November the 5th, mate. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing. And there was reports coming out that New Japan President Takami Obari was angry about this, and he wasn't willing to comment at the time. He has since commented.
He has now said, we are doing all we can to ensure every signed match in Osaka on November 5th happens as promised. We expect all wrestlers, especially champions, to honour their advertised commitments. Who could he be referring to there?
I wonder who he's worried about not turning up.
Oh, dear me.
Hikuleo is Carl Anderson's advertised opponent for November the 5th. And he addressed the situation in a post-match promo on the weekend where he said, "What are you scared of, Carl Anderson? The second non-Japanese person to make the finals, the G1. Are you scared of someone who's just coming back from a learning excursion? The former multi-time IWGP Tag Team Champion scared of someone who's only had 2 title matches?"
He's really not putting himself over there, Hikuleo.
No.
Come on, you believe in yourself a bit.
Oh, sit down and be humble. Listen, you don't want to call yourself bright lights. Don't forget who turned those lights on for you. New Japan did. Don't turn your back on us. Don't forget where you came from.
So a lot of people might be thinking, that's weird of Hikuleo to now be like a New Japan guy because he was in the Bullet Club and everything. He's not in the Bullet Club anymore. He's now a baby face, and he's now sticking up for the company, and is also aligned with Tama Tonga, which is nice.
Do we see Carl Anderson and Hikuleo happening? I know it seems like a weird comment to say because all optics point to no. I can't see. It'd be weird if you had Judgment Day versus AJ Styles, Doc Gallows, and not Carl Anderson. But having said that, they did have a little opt-out with your boy, Cameron Grimes.
Right, did they?
In the sense that Cameron Grimes has befriended the OC.
Got you. Right,
and so whether or not, if they do something where Carl Anderson gets taken out for a lovely dinner, and consequently he can't get to Crown Jewel, but Cameron Grimes can.
I would be really, I would be pleased if they did that, I think, because I was excited when Carl Anderson joined while still being never openweight champion, because in my mind, I immediately leapt to WWE and New Japan working together. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And now this has all come out, and I'm like, oh, they're actually not happy with each other. So if they managed to turn it into some sort of storyline and cooperated, and then would get some lovely dream action, that would be the perfect situation. But with my realistic hat on, I can't see that happening, I don't think.
With your realistic hat on, is Goldberg about to become a free agent? Let me tell you the story beforehand.
Okay, go for it, yes.
We tell you the story beforehand and then we'll weigh in on it. So Goldberg was on the Roman Atwood podcast.
What a throwback, by the way. Roman Atwood. I'm sure was the YouTuber of the 2000s. Fair play to him for getting Goldberg on and all that. Good job.
I thought Roman Atwood was the tribal chief hiding in the forest. That's
fantastic.
What a joke. Get out. So he was talking to Roman Atwood about how he bangs his head on the doors before a match, get himself hyped. You know, that well-known technique for, you know, giving yourself a concussion before a major match. He said Stephanie McMahon had spoken to him about it and asked him to stop doing it. Goldberg was like, maybe. Mate, you've knocked yourself out and cut your own head open doing it. Maybe we retire that now. Now, when he was talking about this, he let slip that when he was talking to Stephanie McMahon that he has 2 months left on his WWE deal.
Right.
So which means that wraps him up at the end of 2022, which means in the new year, Goldberg could be a free agent.
Would that mean then that he'd be retiring, or would he possibly be looking to appear somewhere else?
I would not be shocked if another major wrestling promotion in the West approached him, or maybe a wrestling promotion in the East approached him to do just a couple of little showcases.
I'd actually be more excited to see him in New Japan, just to see what on earth happened, than I would AEW. At first, when you suggested AEW, I was going to go, that wouldn't be a good fit. He wouldn't fit in AEW. Then I remembered, oh, hang on, Sting... AEW carrying on the spirit of the alternative to WWE. Goldberg's one of the figureheads of the alternative to WWE. Of course, it would make sense if Goldberg turned up in AEW. Yes.
And I think Mikey Ruckus would do a really good version of Goldberg's theme.
Yes, he would.
He's a very talented man.
Yeah, but if he turned up, I think, at least initially, until they proved that they would book him in the right way, I think AEW would come in for a lot of flack if they did that. Just the way that Goldberg was used by WWE and the way that he ruined basically the runs of Kevin Owens and The Fiend. And yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's an interesting one.
And also the old argument, Alexa, play Tom complains about the amount of wrestlers on the AEW roster. .wav.
Oh no, Thanks. But it's a valid point. Though.
It's a very valid point. This Wednesday on Dynamite, a world title match has been announced.
It has indeed. It was announced that Jon Moxley will defend his AEW world title against Penta, El Zero, Miedo. Yeah. I'm just excited. It's a good matchup. I think
these two will be beautiful together.
Moxley said that he wanted to challenge it with zero fear, which prompted Alex Abrahantes and Penta to confront him and to accept the challenge.
I have zero fear. So you don't have any fear? No, I have zero fear.
I have zero fear.
So that means you don't have... You do or don't have fear?
No fear.
Zero. I have zero fear. Huh. You can't have zero apples. How do you have zero fear? Penta and Moxley. That'll be fun. Let's get a nice Moxley title reign, like deep into the weeds.
Yeah.
Here we go. Some strong title defenses on a Wednesday night. I'm all about it.
I think it's a great matchup, especially Penta's on a bit of a hot streak as well. He impressed loads of people at Triple Mania. He did really well. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm just concerned about the amount of blood that we'll see in that match.
I don't know what you're talking about. Jon Moxley never bleeds in his matches.
And neither does Penta.
No, neither man have ever bled in a match ever, I don't believe. It's going to look like that Wallace and Gromit scene, isn't it, with the jam? Let's end on an ex-WWE star released from the company a little while ago, who was chatting about being up for coming back. Who are we talking about,
We're talking about Feathers McGraw, a.k.a. CJ Perry.
Of course, because when I think Feathers McGraw, I think CJ Perry.
That's right. Lana was told, CJ Perry was on the In the Click podcast promoting her new role in The Surreal Life on VH1 and was asked about how she feels about a possible return to WWE. And she said, I'm open to everything in life. If I put my dreams in a box, I wouldn't be where I am today. Fair enough. So Triple H, he's a genius. Stephanie's a genius. I got hired by Triple H, who paired me with Miro and helped really cultivate that. In 2014, that story and that gimmick and those characters, he really helped me develop the ravishing Russian. So I think he has an incredible creative mind. I think he's an incredible storyteller and entertainer. Sounds like she really does want to go back to WWE. If that story is right, it makes sense. If it makes sense, I'm always open to go back to WWE and tell compelling stories. But then what else does she say now, Tom?
Or AEW.
Or AEW. And the same with AEW.
I'm open to that too. Love working with my husband. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And creating and telling stories. Yeah, I think the Miro CJ Perry combo is surely one we'd love to see again.
Yeah, of course.
Beautiful chemistry with those two. They're married, and that doesn't always go that way with married couples. Sometimes you put them on TV, and it's like oil and water, and they just whoa. But not Perry and Miro.
No, yeah,
feisty. What's your favourite Lana story from WWE?
My favourite Lana story?
Yeah, what's your favourite favourite thing that Lana did in WWE?
My serious answer is when she was managing Miro as the Ravishing Russian and the Tank era and all that sort of stuff. But I really liked when she won the Survivor Series match by doing nothing. That was really good. I really enjoyed that one.
I liked her feud with Nia Jax where she was sat on a toy train and Nia Jax was putting the track down really quickly. No. It's my favourite. That was my favourite. That was a good time had by all.
I like when she was asleep and they used her to break into a bank using mechanized robot trousers.
No, she controlled the trousers.
She did that. Sorry, she did that.
Was Shayna Baszler wearing the trousers?
I liked when Gromit caught her in a milk bottle. That was my favourite. That was my favourite Lana moment in WWE.
I liked it. I like that bit. I like that bit on Total Divas where Nikki Bella was trying to go to sleep and music was playing in Lana's room all night, and then she just watched as Lana came back into the house and turned the radio off. She'd been out all night but left the radio blaring.
If you've never seen The Wrong Trousers,
that's what you must do today.
watch The Wrong Trousers.
Wallace and Gromit at their finest.
It's so good.
Gromit's the dog.
It's sad as well at what parts when you think Gromit's been forgotten about, and then it's all fine in the end.
There you go. There's some Monday viewing for you. Wallace and Gromit, The Wrong Trousers, starring Lana from WWE. More wrestling news throughout the day. We've topped it, mate. We can't go any further. We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe and love you. Bye.